my name is Daneesha. I am an intuitive energy worker and energy reader and breathwork facilitator, but I won't be using breathwork today. I am bringing through a YouTube Tarot Collective message for those who may resonate with this message. Just bringing it through so that anyone who may be able to receive through this reading can allow the perspective, awareness, and messages to support them along their path and journey. I'm using my laptop as my spotlight, so if it does go out, I apologize. But you know, we're just keeping it simple. But anyway, yes, we are here for a YouTube Tarot Collective message just to see what it is you don't mind me, I've been twisting my words all day, may need to hear or know at this time. So let's see, we've already got 2 cards out. Let's see what else wants to come out for this reading. Oh, we got 2 other cards. All right, let's start here. I want to start here. Let's do it. So we have the 10 of Swords, King of, don't mind me, just yawning. Apologies, I'm not cutting this, sorry. You're just going to have to enjoy my yawn a part of the reading. Anyhow, we've got, as I was saying, the 10 of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and then we have the 2 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. Well, let's start with these 2 cards though. Well, I feel this is quite interesting energy with 10 of Swords and King of Pentacles. It feels like this was the original energy, right? Like coming from a 10 of Swords being this sense of just being held down, not being able to move forward. You've just been stuck in the mindless thoughts of feeling trapped and not being able to see the light. Like this card is just one of the only cards that has like a black backing drop on the top of it, right? And that's very prevalent for this one that I'm seeing today, because it's like there's just massive void in this energy. And this is an energy of like, it's not as deep as a full-on rebirth like the Death card, but is very similar, where you have to go through the darkness to rediscover the light, right? And to be able to take out the swords that may have been causing issues and pain, to basically free yourself from these things that have been keeping you down, keeping you held where you are, right? And this is like the King of Pentacles is coming in to say you are quite literally ready to move into this energy of surrender, and knowing that by you actually surrendering and removing these things that have been blocking you, you're going to open yourself to a whole new abundant experience of your, I want to say your energy, but just also your true like reality. I feel like you've been living in a false reality of something that you've been living as, but because of so many false narratives and beliefs and things that you took on that, you know, sculpted your current reality, that may have been causing you this strife, this pain, this overthinking, this stuckness, right? And now you're realizing that you have power to actually create yourself to, I want to say like you're ready to manifest the foundations, right? It's like you're acknowledging that the pain you went through was meant to teach you the lesson of how to actually create solid foundations. That is the King of Pentacles energy I'm getting from this. You are ready to really embody what it means to have a stable foundation to build upon. And it's because you've been through this like dark night of the soul, whatever you want to call it, the void, the emptiness, the sense of just nothingness, because you don't know what, it's kind of like you have to have nothing to trust and believe that you can magnetize all the things that you truly desire, right? And this might get a bit, you know, out there, but it's this sense of trusting that the more you work within creating who you want to be as a person and your like energy, your frequency, the more that you attract in what is actually supposed to be drawn to you in like an abundant way, right? Your abundance is through what it is that is actually in alignment. So what you're calling in is going to help you continue feeling and drawing in magnetic, abundant things, like, you know, whether that be in your career and you start to develop certain things in your career of what you want to actually build, or whether it's in your own, you know, self-development of finding stability within yourself and being able to make better decisions and trusting that you can create better pathways for yourself. It can also be in love, you know, depending however this refers to your situation at this time, in the sense that love, you know, it's kind of like creating the foundations that someone else can also feel safe within your presence because you've created such a solid foundation within yourself. It all goes hand in hand, right? Just however it resonates. But this is where it's saying, like, the more that you release the old wounds in the past and what you felt lost in, the more that you'll actually start to ground yourself in what is true to you and your ability to rewrite stories and things that held you down to actually make yourself really truly feel more abundant within your experience. And it doesn't necessarily have to refer to money. You know, when we talk about abundance, about things that actually fulfill you, what helps you feel fulfilled in life. And money isn't what does that. It is just a tool in helping achieve that, but it's not the thing that does that, right? It can give you things that will fulfill you, but it's why you're learning to magnetize those things. And it doesn't have to be through money. It can just be through, you know, whether it be acts of service or whatnot. It's all just a part of the journey. Anyhow, that is really setting the foundation to this Two of Pentacles. Another yawn, apologies. It is a bit later in the night and I just, you know, I felt like doing a reading, so that's why we're here. But it's called, you know, readings with me. Comfy readings with Daneesha. However you want to see it. Anyway, let's get back to it. Two of Pentacles, Four of Wands. So this is like this energy where you've been able to start realizing that you can actually navigate being fulfilled with the abundance of what you truly want and desire and what you actually want to bring forth into your experience by now balancing what it is that you have in your life now. And this is about priorities. This is about what you give your energy to, not juggling things around all the time, because then you're just kind of scattered, right? Where you want to find alignment in what is true for you, you know, what it is you want to give your focus and energy to so that you can allow it to grow, right? And this is where it's kind of like, don't get lost in the many, many things you could be juggling around when you should be prioritizing what fulfills you the most. And it doesn't mean that, yeah, okay, you can't put your energy into other things. It just means dedicate yourself more so to what it is that you truly feel in alignment with, right? That is going to help you bring yourself into Four of Wands energy. Because Four of Wands energy is a sense of celebration. It's a sense of coming together, of union, of feeling this, like, ability to know that the work you've been doing is, like, coming into representation in the physical. Like, your passion is being represented in what you bring forth. And so this is about you being able to give yourself the discipline through knowing what is truly in alignment for yourself so that you can actually gain what it is that you really want from your experience. What lights you up? What gives you this passion to keep going and moving forward and doing what you do, creating what you create? And allow that to be the thing that helps you stay in coherence, in balance with what it is that you want to bring into fruition in your experience. Because that is going to bring about this celebration, this energy of you're on the right track, you're doing what you're meant to be doing, but it comes from a place of actually choosing to put your energy into it. Right? Yes, things will come at you all the time trying to tell you to do this, do that, and, you know, people will come in and distract you. That will happen. It is unavoidable. But it's your discipline, your ability to stay so solid in yourself, which is the King of Pentacles energy, right? Like, you want to stay solid in who you are and your values, your foundations of who you are, so that you don't juggle things all the time, to be able to find your true, I guess, like, harmonizing what it is that you really want as your legacy, what you bring into fruition. And the more that you get real about what you're passionate about, the easier it is for you to really share this with those people who are meant to receive what it is that you want to bring into creation, or that, you know, you want to offer or just literally embody, and so that people can receive, whether that's just you embodying it or you actually giving it out as an offering or a service, or however you bring that about. Trust into that, you know, and know that there is something that you will receive in that too. You know, this is about receiving this credit, this celebration, validation, but not in an eager way of like praise because you did what you did. Pardon me. It's about acknowledging the hard work that you've actually taken to move through the really tough times, to solidify yourself in who you know you are, what you know you want to do, what you know you want to create, the foundations, to actually bring it all into balance and to what it needs to be for you through passion and through the love that it comes because you have that desire to actually support. And it's like this supporting yourself to do what it is you love to do, right? And that's that sense of two of coins, right? Like two of pentacles. Don't get confused in the priorities when you know it's what you truly want. You know, be real about it, and then give yourself that permission to follow it and dedicate yourself to it because it feels right. Obviously, if this isn't your reading, you'll know because there's nothing that I'm forcing with this. It's just showing you that if this already is something that's kind of unfolding for you, you'll know. It's confirmation more over than, you know, me telling you that this is how it is. It's if it feels right, you'll know. This is your experience of allowing in your union, your completion of what you've been working on. And, you know, it obviously is you working on you first and then putting that and transmitting that into your creations of what you want to build through King of Pentacles. You know, your pain wasn't for nothing. It was there to teach you something and then to share what you've learned and to share what you've gained from that and to also acknowledge that there was beauty in that so that you could emerge from the darkness. Kind of like a lotus flower, you know. I always love that reference of the lotus flower having to go through the mud to grow and to gain its roots, but then when it blooms, it's just this beautiful, beautiful, like, you know, opening and expanding into the light. It's just, that's just how I want to end this reading. Like, that is where you're at. You're ready to gain this credit in the real limelight, like for real. Whatever that be, you know, even if that's a small community, even if that's a small group of people that you gain this recognition from, you deserve it. You have been through some tough trenches, okay? Emotionally, maybe physically as well, and maybe through your mind. But this is about you having gone through that so that you could realign to basically produce what you really want to produce in your life and share that as your legacy, as I've already mentioned. So 1313, as I'm saying it, this is your reading, my YouTube Tarot Collective. If this resonated, I appreciate that you were able to receive and gain any insights and awareness from it, as that's all I wish to do by being a vessel of messages and guiding with whatever it is I can bring through my channel and vessel. As always, a blessing, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah.